Have you ever found yourself scrolling on your phone, looked up, and realized way more time has passed than you thought? Ever wondered why it's just so hard to put the thing down? Well, you're not alone. And I'm here to tell you it is absolutely not an accident. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the powerful systems that are engineered from the ground up to capture and hold your attention. Okay, let's get into it. It all starts with a feeling. A feeling that, let's be honest, many of us know all too well. It's that little pang you get, that dip in your mood when you post something and it doesn't quite get the reaction you were hoping for. And this isn't just you being sensitive. Nope. Research confirms it. The number of likes we get has a real, measurable impact on how we feel. And that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, why does a little digital heart or a thumbs up, something so tiny and insignificant, have this incredible hold on our emotions and ultimately our actions? To figure that out, we've got to pop the hood and look at the psychological engine that's running our entire digital world. So the blueprint for this machine, it wasn't dreamed up in some Silicon Valley garage. No way. The ideas actually come from way back in the mid-20th century, from a psychologist named B.F. Skinner. His research into how we learn behaviors laid the foundation for pretty much every compelling digital loop we find ourselves stuck in today. The core idea here is something called operant conditioning. Now, I know that sounds super technical, like something out of a textbook, but the concept itself is actually pretty simple. All it means is that we learn based on the consequences of our actions. Our behavior operates on the world around us to get some kind of result. It's not a passive reflex, it's an active process. You do something, something happens, you learn. So how is our behavior shaped? Well, it's through something called reinforcement. And here's the absolute key to understanding all of this. A reinforcer isn't defined by what it is, but by what it does. If getting a like makes you more likely to post again, then guess what? That like is a reinforcer. That's it. It's only defined by one thing. It works. This whole thing creates this incredibly powerful three-step loop. Let's walk through it. First, you get a stimulus. Your phone buzzes or the screen lights up. Second, you have a response. You can't help it. You pick up the phone and tap the notification. And third, you get the reinforcement, that potential reward, right? A new like, a comment, a funny message, stimulus, response, reinforcement. This simple little loop, repeated maybe hundreds of times a day, is what builds our modern digital habits. But here's the secret ingredient. This is the part that makes the whole system so addictive. The reward, that reinforcement, it doesn't show up every single time. Skinner called this intermittent reinforcement. It turns out when a reward is unpredictable, when it's random, the behavior to get it becomes way, way more persistent. You never know when the next good thing is coming, so you just keep checking and checking. And this is exactly why people call it the slot machine effect. Think about it. Your social media feed is, for all intents and purposes, a slot machine. You pull the lever by scrolling your thumb, and you have no idea what you're going to get. It could be nothing, could be boring, or it could be that perfect meme, that amazing photo, that piece of juicy gossip. That uncertainty, that intermittent reward is precisely what keeps you pulling that lever, scrolling and scrolling. Okay, so we've got the psychological mechanics down. We know how it works on us as individuals. But now, let's zoom out, because this isn't just about you and your phone. It's the bedrock of a massive global economic system that has totally reshaped our world, the attention economy. Which leads to a pretty obvious question, right? If these powerful psychological tricks are being used to guide what we do, you have to ask, who's benefiting from all this? And in this new economy, what are they actually selling? The writer Kevin Kelly just nailed it with this quote. In a world with an infinite supply of free content, movies, music, articles, everything, the one thing that's actually rare, the one truly scarce resource, is human attention. So the product isn't the content itself. It's the ability to get noticed, to be found in all that noise. So what companies are selling you aren't just things. They're selling advantages in this incredibly noisy world. Think about it. They're selling you priority access or content that's perfectly tailored to you, or simply making it easier to find what you're looking for. Findability, just cutting through the noise, is the killer app. They're all in a ruthless competition for your eyeballs because your attention is the real currency. And this is where the abstract theory becomes our everyday reality. Just look at these terms. Clickbait, doom scrolling, rage farming, binge watching. We know all of these. These aren't bugs in the system, they're features. They're the perfectly engineered results of this intense economic competition for our focus.
Every single one is a technique, fine-tuned over trillions of interactions designed to keep you hooked for just one more click, one more minute, one more episode. Now, a whole economy this massive doesn't just pop up out of thin air. It has to operate within a certain set of rules. So what are the rules of this particular game? To understand that, we got to look at how the legal system itself has shaped this whole landscape. And this, right here, is a bombshell finding from a major analysis in the Stanford Law Review. It turns out that the law hasn't just been a neutral referee on the sidelines. It has actively, even if unintentionally, created rules and privileges that favor business models built on, and I quote, extracting attention. So what does that really mean? It means the game is kind of rigged from the start. The legal framework itself funnels money and activity toward these attention-grabbing businesses. The system creates these legal shields and advantages that make it more profitable to build an attention machine than to build other kinds of businesses. And that fundamentally shifts power away from us, the individuals, and toward these massive corporations. So let's put it all together. You take the psychology of compulsion, you combine it with the economics of attention, and you build it all on top of a legal system that encourages it. What do you get? Well, you get something totally new in human history, something that really needs a new name and a whole new way of thinking about the world. This quote, I think, really captures the scale of this transformation. This isn't just a new market or a new technology. It's been described as a new actor in history. It's like we've landed on a distinct new planet with its own weird physics, its own bizarre rules. The world we thought we knew has been turned upside down, and we're all just trying to figure out how to live on this strange new planet. Look, understanding how the machine is built is the first, most crucial step. We've looked at the psychological gears, the economic engine, and the legal tracks that it runs on. This whole system is designed to work on us, automatically, just below the surface of our conscious thought. But by bringing it out into the light, by understanding the playbook, the power starts to shift, just a little bit, back to you. Knowing how it all works is the first tool you have to decide how you personally want to engage with it.